whoa, Montana. Whoa, spit it in.
What up, what up, what up? Welcome to 5 Minute Startups, and today we're going to talk about another business, but it's more of a service again, right? Because every single business is not necessarily selling a product or selling a certain merchandise. Sometimes you're selling a service, right? So today we're going to be talking about being a travel guide, right? So this is very new to a lot of people because most people associate traveling and travel guides to actual small businesses and corporations that, you know, help people travel. But again, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're into small business startups, you can explore being a travel guide very easily, right? The first thing to do is to always acknowledge that a travel guide has a responsibility towards their tourists, right? So you always have to keep them safe, you always have to keep them informed, and try to be as transparent as possible, you know? Your job is to show them what they're seeking, but at the same time, keeping limits based on your own personal knowledge. I shared that because that's a personal ethic I share, so I'm sharing it with you guys. So as a travel guide, let's look at the operations, right? Operations and budgets for a travel guide, pretty straightforward, right? Depending on the type of transportation you're gonna be, you know, moving people around in, it could be walking. You might actually rent a vehicle, right? You might rely on public transportation because it may be a more natural way to give tours, and you know your tourists might appreciate it because they're actually, you know, riding among the people versus just like a private car. But it's all based on your budget. And then the fourth thing is when it comes to your operations also is just having a plan and having a schedule. You know, an example is if you're going to meet your tourists at 10 in the morning and you offer a guided tour from 10 in the morning till 3 p.m., you need to be able to have certain things planned for that allotted slot of time, right? If you just meet them and you just let them do whatever, or you guys are just wandering around, what exactly are they paying for? Couldn't they have done that themselves? The goal is to provide them with an experience that's worth having, right? So between 10 and 3, the goal is to have every 30 minutes or every hour planned in order for you to have something efficient throughout your tour happening, right? Something for your tourists to anticipate, right? But again, it's all based on your budget. You might visit local restaurants, you might visit local parks, you might visit local museums, you might give them a tour around certain areas, you might have them partake in certain public events like little festivals and carnivals that are happening. It's all based on your budget and what you're able to deliver, right? Second thing, marketing. How would I market a tour guide service? To be honest, online. I could try to kill myself and go to dense areas and public areas and hand out flyers and business cards, but usually the goal really is to have, you know, clients that aren't familiar with the area. The only way to find that is to go to areas that are foreign to you, or you seek those markets out online. If I go, let's say I'm in New York, right? Let's say I go downtown to New York and I start handing out tourist marketing materials to who I believe are tourists. I'd probably be wasting my time because there are two obstacles there. There are dozens of tourist businesses already down there competing for the same space. And the second thing is, I don't really know who's a tourist or who's a native or who's visiting or who's just a relative of somebody. Thus, I'm wasting my time because they might not be interested. And they might know certain areas better than I do, depending on who I speak to. So I would try to go online, I would try to go on Facebook, I would try to go on Instagram, I would market to people who travel, I would market to people who are looking to have an experience that's new to them, something that I can only offer, and we would go from there. Last and not least, legal. It's very important to protect yourself, especially when you're in this line of business, right? When you're responsible for the care of others, It's very important for you to get your certifications and your licenses as a tour guide, as a travel guide, as an escort, and for those that are in the business know what I mean. So please follow through with getting your proper licenses. And also it's important to get insurance, because if you're in charge of people, touring them, guiding them, and you're in charge of their safety, if something goes wrong, God forbid, you want to be able to have all your bases covered. Okay, so guys, you already know. Good luck out there.